The air hung heavy. The smell of salt and decay filled Arav's nostrils. He had arrived at the edge of the Sundarbans. This was a place where the Ganges River met the sea. It was a place where tigers still roamed free. The Sundarbans whispered. They whispered of magic, both good and bad. They whispered of ancient beings. And they whispered of a curse, dark and deep. Arav had come looking for the truth behind these whispers. He had come looking for the legendary golden fort of Shonitgarh. Legend said it was cursed. Legend said it was filled with gold. Legend said many had died trying to find it. He hired a seasoned boatman, a man named Babu. Babu knew the waterways like the back of his hand. He was old, but his eyes were sharp. He had seen things in these mangroves, things most people only heard in stories. Babu had warned him, "The forest holds secrets, young master. Secrets some would kill for, and secrets some would die to protect." Arav just nodded, his gaze fixed on the heart of the mangroves. He could feel something calling to him, a mystery that needed unraveling. The dilapidated gateway to Shonitgarh loomed before them. Towering walls, once gleaming gold, were now choked with vines. The fort was in ruins. The once proud ramparts were crumbling. The air hung heavy with the stench of decay and something else, something sinister. Legend spoke of Shonitgarh in hushed tones. They said the fort was built by a king obsessed with gold. His name was Vikram Narayan. He was a cruel king. He cared nothing for his people, only for wealth. One day, a wise sage, Satyabodhan, arrived at the fort. He sought refuge and alms. The greedy king, blinded by his love for gold, refused the sage's plea. He even dared to insult him. Enraged, the sage cursed the king and his fort. He declared that Shonitgarh, named for the blood Vikram Narayan had spilled for his greed, would become his tomb. The fort's gold would turn to dust, and the king and his queen would roam the fort as restless spirits, trapped for eternity, bound to the gold they craved. Arav stepped cautiously through the broken archway. He felt a cold shiver run down his spine. The air grew colder. He could almost hear the echoes of screams, of battles fought and lives lost. He saw her then. A young woman, her back to him. She was sketching. Her fingers moved with a practiced ease, capturing the haunting beauty of the ruins. Her name was Madhavi, and she was an artist drawn to the mysteries of Shonitgarh. Madhavi had heard the legend since she was a child. She didn't believe in curses. She believed in stories, and Shonitgarh held so many stories within its crumbling walls. Arav cleared his throat. Madhavi turned, startled. Their eyes met. In that instant, something passed between them. A shared curiosity, a sense of destiny entwined with the fate of this cursed fort. She told him what she knew. The locals believed that the curse could be broken, but it would require a sacrifice as pure as the king's greed was dark. They left the fort as the sun began to dip below the horizon. The whispers of the mangroves seemed louder now, more urgent. Madhavi led Arav deeper into the heart of the Sundarbans, to the island of the Tantric Baba. Legend had it that he was over 100 years old. Some said he was immortal. He was said to be the only one who knew how to break the curse of Shonitgarh. They found him in a clearing. He sat cross-legged before a fire. His eyes were closed, but Arav could feel his gaze. It was as if the old man could see right through him. The Tantric Baba finally spoke. His voice was raspy, like dry leaves rustling in the wind. "The fort calls to you, young one," he said, "but its treasures are guarded by powerful spirits, spirits fueled by rage and avarice." Arav told the old man why he had come. He spoke of the legend. He spoke of his desire to break the curse. The Tantric Baba listened patiently. When Arav was finished, the old man nodded slowly. Section 5. The weight of the world, the warmth of her hand. Arav trained for weeks under the watchful eye of the Tantric Baba. He learned to harness the energy within him, to sense the unseen, and to fight against beings not of this world. The training was grueling, dangerous even. But Arav was determined. He was not doing this for gold. He was doing it for the people of the Sundarbans, to free them from the curse that had haunted them for generations. And he was doing it for Madhavi. He had fallen deeply in love with her. Her courage, her kindness, her unwavering belief in him gave him the strength to keep going. Late at night, they would sit together by the fire. She would tell him stories of the Sundarbans, legends passed down through generations, stories that made the impossible seem real. And for the first time in his life, Arav felt like he belonged. Section 6. Echoes of the Fallen King. The night of the full moon arrived. The night Arav had been training for. The night he would confront the spirits of Shonitgarh. He stood before the ruined gateway, Madhavi by his side. Her hand found his. Her touch sent a surge of courage through him. He took a deep breath and stepped across the threshold. The air inside the fort was thick with malice. The shadows seemed to writhe and coil. Then he saw them. The spirits of King Vikram Narayan and Queen Lalita. Vikram Narayan was a towering figure. His eyes burned with a cold fire. Lalita was a spectre of her former beauty. Her face contorted in a mask of rage and despair. "You dare to enter our domain?" roared Vikram Narayan. His voice echoed through the ruins. "This fort is ours, cursed to guard it for all eternity." Section 7. When love demands sacrifice. The battle was fierce. Vikram Narayan lashed out with the fury of a king denied his throne. Lalita attacked with the bitterness of a queen robbed of her beauty. Arav fought back with everything the Tantric Baba had taught him. He deflected their attacks, he dodged their blows. But he knew he couldn't defeat them with force alone. He had to break the curse, and that required a sacrifice. A sacrifice as pure as the king's greed was dark. He thought of Madhavi. Her love was the purest thing he knew, and in that moment, he knew what he had to do. He focused his will. He poured all his love for Madhavi into a single blinding light. The light enveloped the spirits of the king and queen. They screamed in rage and agony. Section 8. Rebirth from the ashes. The light faded. The spirits were gone. The curse was broken. Arav collapsed to his knees. He had done it, but at a terrible cost. He looked up and saw Madhavi. She was crying, but they weren't tears of sorrow. They were tears of joy, tears of relief. The fort around them began to change. The crumbling walls seemed to rebuild themselves. The stench of decay was replaced by the sweet scent of jasmine. The golden light that had consumed the spirits now bathed the fort in its warm glow. The villagers who had once feared Shonitgarh now approached it with reverence. The curse was broken, their land was free, and it was all thanks to the young man who had sacrificed everything to save them. Section 9. The Golden Fort, Forever Free. Arav never forgot Madhavi. He never forgot the sacrifice they both had made. He left the Sundarbans a changed man. He carried the lessons he had learned in the heart of the mangroves with him. And the Golden Fort of Shonitgarh. It stood as a testament to the power of love, a reminder that even the darkest curses can be broken, that even in the most haunted of places, hope can bloom. The Sundarbans whispered his name on the wind, a whisper of gratitude, a whisper of remembrance, a whisper that echoed through the ages. Arav, the man who broke the curse of Shonitgarh.